everyone, and Trisha, it's me Jenny, and it's time for another not naked video response to Trisha Hershberger's Naked Truth series, where we talk as candidly and as truthfully as possible about a subject of Trisha Hershberger's choice. Straight out of the shower, absolutely dripping wet hair, like you can probably see like water on my face and everything. I am like, it's ringable right now. Wet hair, no makeup, I am sunburnt and spotty, so extra honest today. Woo! And today's video was about self-confidence, which is a good thing, because yay! Self-confidence! Woo! Oh god, this is going to be an awkward video. Okay, the thing that I find, particularly the subject was brought up in reference to self-confidence and watching yourself on listening to yourself be played back. I always absolutely hated the sound of my own voice, which is ironic given how much I talk. But I always have, you know, I was teased in school because I sounded so posh. And so I really hated to hear it played back because it sounds even more posh when I listen to it back. And same with watching myself. I've been vlogging for nearly 2.5 years now, and daily vlogging for all of this year, so I pretty much got over that hurdle, and I think a lot of getting over that hurdle is kind of like what I do in my real life, which is more or less avoiding mirrors. And that's not I shun mirrors as a thing, it's just I don't think about myself in a physical sense. As long as I'm physically comfortable, as long as I'm wearing clothes that I'm happy with, I just don't look at myself that much. Like, I'll glance in a mirror before leaving the house, or when I'm brushing my teeth, but that's pretty much the only times I look in mirrors, when I'm at home. And I'll often get to work with my hair all over the place. I am dripping everywhere. With my hair all over the place, like I haven't looked in the mirror, I've got like, you know, I've literally just rolled out of bed, thrown on clothes and got to work. Like sometimes I turn up without my hair brushed. I don't really take that much care of myself physically when it comes to self-maintenance and personal physical maintenance. And the same kind of happens when I do vlogs, which I film. I don't have a forward-facing camera. This camera is literally just a lens facing me. Like, I can't see myself while I'm filming, thank God. And then usually what I do is I literally film, put it on my computer, compress and upload. And it takes so long to upload that that's hours and hours later. And then I just can choose whichever of the images is the least silly and put that up online. And that's the image that I choose as my thingy, as the thing you see when you click on it, icon. And that's basically my process when it comes to uploading, so I don't really tend to watch myself back too much or listen to myself back too much, although I usually do, as I said, like before I leave the house I'll glance in the mirror. Before I put it online I'll watch through it once, just to check I don't say anything absolutely stupid. But that's kind of like my process, and I think a lot of it's just being acclimatised to getting used to it. I do think all the cameras that I've owned have been incredibly flattering. So one of the things that actually makes me really nervous on a physical confidence level is I don't have that much crossover between my internet life and my real life. None of my friends watch my videos, really. My sisters do, and I've only met one person who knew me from YouTube first. And that makes me really nervous for things like VidCon, because I think this camera is very flattering. I think it does good things for my teeth, it does good things for my hair, it does good things for my complexion. That when you meet someone in real life is a whole other kettle of fish. And that does make me kind of nervous, like particularly with VidCon coming up, that I'm going to meet people and I am not quite as pretty as this camera makes me look. Or pretty's not the right word, but this camera makes me look a lot more polished than I actually am, in terms of complexion and teeth and all those things. And that being said, like, overall I'm pretty content with how I look. It's never really been that much of an issue with me. I've been brought up in a household where intelligence and thinking is much more important than physical stuff. I don't wear makeup to work, I don't wear makeup day to day. As I said, I'm more concerned about being comfy and wearing simple clothes. I don't tend to wear jewellery. I'm just, for most part it's because I'm lazy, but it's also because I don't feel like I need it to make, like, myself. Myself is makeupless, boring, rather bland human being. And that's just one of those things that I happen to do. I'll probably wear makeup at VidCon because I'm really worried about the difference between how I look on camera to you guys and how I look in real life with this mess of a face. But generally I'm pretty physically confident, and most of my self-confidence issues, which are plentiful, come from intelligence and how I perceive myself in terms of my mental capacities. I've come from a very high achieving family, and that's one of those things that I think will always be with me. I have got to the point where I don't compare myself to my sisters in terms of my academic progress anymore, but I do still feel like one of the things that I don't know whether or not a lot of you know, any of my subscribers know, is I'm dyslexic, and that doesn't affect me when I'm at home. It doesn't. Like, I read, I write, it's all fine and dandy, but it's something that I particularly noticed in my new job is that short-term memory retention is appalling. Spelling is still a big issue when I'm dealing with other people other than myself. There's a lot of things that I've noticed, particularly about how my brain copes with certain problems, that makes me feel really self-conscious and really nervous. And as I said, it's absolutely fine when I'm at home. It's fine in my social life and in my normal day-to-day not actually being challenged to do something life. But when I'm actually in a workplace environment and I'm making really, really stupid mistakes because of the way that my brain handles a puzzle, that makes me feel very self-conscious. And I know on a personal level that I have the intellectual capacity to do the task at hand, but there's something along the lines that's not working. And that's where most of my self-confidence issues come from, rather than physical ones, because, you know, in the end there's not much I can do to change how I look. You know, if I roll out of bed an hour earlier and spent, you know, 45 minutes showering and doing my hair and all of those sort of things, then I'd have an hour less sleep, and I'd rather have the hour sleep than have that much time. But that's just how I run my life. This is not in any way, shape or form an advice thing or anything like that. This is just how I do my thing, and the self-conscious things that I have. So yeah, that was more personal than I was wanting to go with this video. Anyway, I'm going to go lather myself in after sun because I am really rather warm right now, and I'll see you guys all next week for another Not Naked, Naked Truth. Feel free to comment if you want to comment and all those sort of things, and I'm going to go wrap my hair up in a towel because my hair is so wet right now. Thank you, Trisha, for bringing up this subject. I'm sorry it got a little bit too personal, and I'll see you guys all very soon. Bye guys.